Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode with Monet the Creator, and today I'm starting something really different, really new, and I'm really excited to be bringing it to you all. So I had this idea of starting to record a bi-weekly or kind of whenever I feel like it vlog series where I just give updates as I'm getting towards the off-ramp of my PhD. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of break down what I envision these episodes looking like for now, and we're going to go from there. Before I get started, I know the audio on the last video was bad. I found out there's a problem with the microphone. I will be doing something about it soon, but for now, we got to work with what we got, okay? So some updates for the last few weeks is going to be one of the first things that I touch on for these kinds of videos, and then some goals by the next time that I have this video or I'm making this recording for you all, I'll have as well. So those are going to be kind of the points in how I do this. This will probably change a little bit as I do this more often, but for now, we'll start with our updates from last week. First and foremost, y'all, I have tried a new experiment that was so challenging and so scary. It was a 10-hour long protocol, and long story short, it worked. It looked great, and I am so excited because it is a step in me getting to some final data points for my PhD, which is really exciting. And I didn't know when I was going to have to learn to do this protocol, so I'm glad that I have now gotten experience with it and we can go from here. So even though that was really nerve-wracking, it was a very long day. It was stressful preparing for it because I had been preparing for it for weeks, if not months at this point. I'm just glad that it worked. I'm glad that we know what to do next time to make it better, and I'm really excited to see it through. So kudos to me. It's called RNA Scope, which is a visualization technique that allows you to see RNA, which is a type of coding sequence for proteins in animals and all living things. I'll just stop there. So yesterday, my next update, yesterday actually marked an official month in my apartment. This is me clapping. I can't really clap with, and it's honestly been so much to reflect on. It's been challenging. It's been very different because now I'm living on my own for the first time, but it's also extremely exciting. And I love my apartment. I love where I live and the ease of commuting around Boston now. And I also really like the food and different experiences that are in this neighborhood around me. So I'm excited to keep continuing to explore that kind of stuff. So, and for that same reason, I'm really excited to really settle into my studio. I know you probably noticed it looks very different. We're going to go through some transitions for the first few episodes, okay? So I just wanted to show y'all the progress of how everything is coming along and how I am dealing with all these changes and transitions. So please appreciate that and pardon my progress, okay? And then the last point, which is an update that actually came at the beginning of July. So I'm recording this episode at the end of July. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel for this PhD. And at first it was very much I'm getting some good data points. Yeah, I'm getting some interesting hypotheses, some revisions, some support here, some refutation, whatever. And it was brought to my attention by my PI actually, where she was like, it seems like you don't have too much longer in your PhD. And I was like, so I'm not delusional. There are other people who see this, so that's really exciting. But now with not only that experiment that I talked about, but some other experiments that I've been working on simultaneously, I've just been getting some really awesome data and getting some things to work that I've been struggling to get work over the last year. So I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited because I really can see that if this is me getting to the peak point of the PhD and then trying to ride out, finish everything else, I'm right there. I'm right at the turning point, okay? So those are all my updates for this past week or so. Well, probably about 3 weeks, honestly. And goals for the next recording is I really want to update my outline for my final paper or my manuscript. And what that means is I have like this outline, it's a written outline of what everything or the figures and what I imagine going where and how I imagine telling the story. And at this point, I want to revise that and add in some updated data points and really start seeing the paper come together. So that's going to be one of my goals, one of my top goals. I really want to set up my art studio and my apartment more. It's coming along so much. Like at this point, I've gotten so many of the boxes out of my apartment, which has been a struggle and a half because it's just like so much to unpack. I'm also still working full time, and it seems like every weekend I like am not having a weekend to just sit at home, which is okay. You know, we live and we learn, we experience life, and I'm very grateful for that as well. And the last thing that I have written here is dabble. Smiley face. And I think it's because there are so many different opportunities that are like gradually coming my way from all types of directions, all walks of life. And I am allowing myself to start being extremely open with what my career, what this social media, what my communication, what the way I support and change the world. I'm really allowing myself to become more open on what that looks like. And with all of that in mind, I am allowing myself to dabble in different opportunities, see what sticks, see what's interesting, see what people want to work with me, see what people no longer want to work with me. All of this is just helpful information for me to find the right place for me. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to start this new series here with you all. And I hope to do this every 2 to 3 weeks or so and give you all an update on how things are going with my PhD. I think I would like to add like a little Q&A portion to this too, especially given that like I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but I know a lot of graduate students who like sometimes are looking for support, are looking for like someone to talk to, and I'm a very open book and I would love to support people however I can. So with all of that being said, if you don't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up with everything I got going on. You can follow me on other platforms at Monet the Creator. That is also going to be down in the description box down below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.